I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all messages that are released on this channel are my truth. And that is exactly what it is and what it always will be. And that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, when I try to convince you that my truth is the gospel, however, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now, you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that. I want to follow that. And that's cool. If not, that is cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So let's get right into it. All right, so let's jump right in. So today, I wanted to talk about something I was thinking about the other day. And it's how messages are always relayed to us. It's just you have to be able to see those messages and interpret those messages. Right? Now, we've been receiving messages clear as day forever. But it's depending on how you look at these messages when they're presented to you. Now, what am I talking about? Cartoons. From a young child, I didn't even realize it until much later, are very spiritual. Like all the stuff that I grew up with, when I look back now, I'm like, dang, they were just dropping all kinds of jewels into these cartoons. And there's such a deep meaning behind a lot of these cartoons. Like if you pay attention to exactly what they're saying in these things, not paying attention to all the little action and this, that, and the other. Like when they're talking, like truly listen to what they're saying. They're giving you straight knowledge, right? But as a kid, I wasn't hearing any of that. I was just seeing that the cartoons, all the little action and all that stuff that was going on in the background. But let's talk about it today so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm just going to bring up a couple of them. There's a bunch of them, but I'll just bring up a couple of them. So number one, Voltron. Now, Voltron, these are 5 robot lions, and they all represented something different, as they should. Now, you would notice a theme of being different with every cartoon that I will mention today. So the red lion, that was your warrior, your protector. The blue lion, that was the loyal guardian. The green lion, the explorer, the innovator. The yellow lion, that was the protector. The black lion is the leader of the group. Now, he's the one that commands all of them to combine. Now, they are very strong separate, but together they are truly powerful. So spiritually, when you can align, in this case, all of their parts, they become something more powerful. In our case, when we can align all of our energy centers, all aspects of us, of the self, that are different, and you combine all those to create something that is more powerful. So when all the powers are combined, they form Voltron. When all of our energies are aligned, we connect with our higher self. Continuing on, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Another great one. Once again, 5. So Voltron, 5 robot lions. Ninja Turtles, 5. So they're also using number 5. So Leonardo, blue mask. He was the leader, very disciplined. Raphael, he wore a red mask. He had anger issues, filled with passion. The red's going to reflect the same energies of the root chakra. Same thing. Donatello, he wore a purple mask. Now, Donatello was the genius of the group, so he was a great problem solver. Purple mask, hand in hand with your crown chakra, letting the flow of wisdom flow into you. Michelangelo, he was the joyful one, the playful one. Now, he wore an orange mask. This would go perfect with the sacral chakra. And then number 5 would be Master Splinter. Master Splinter, he found all of them, trained them all, gave them the skills that they needed, the weapons, and the mask. And all of these different things fit each individual personality. So why didn't he give them all the same weapons, give them all the same color mask, because they're all different and they represent something different. And Splinter is the wisdom and the spiritual guidance of the group. So they needed Splinter as that fifth element, once again, to become powerful. Now, if you bring all of them together, the mind, Donatello, emotion, Raphael, discipline, Leonardo, joy, Michelangelo, wisdom, Splinter, that is representing the balanced human being. Once again, bringing all parts together to become whole and more powerful. You can't have one without the other. So I'm sure you didn't come across plenty of bebops and rocksteadies and shredders in your life. So that would be the darker aspect of what I'm talking about. But we're going to stick with the positive aspects of it for now. Continuing on, Captain Planet. Once again, number 5 comes into play. Not only that, but you have 5 kids that came from all over the world. These kids were different parts of the world, and they came together for one common cause. Now, they were doing good on their own, but they were limited working separately. So when they combine their 5 powers, earth, fire, wind, water, and heart, they formed Captain Planet, who is more powerful. The power that activates them is heart. It's always heart. Power without heart is incomplete. 1 Corinthians 13, 2. If I do not have love, I am nothing. Continuing on. The Power Rangers. Same thing. Group of 5. And when they combined and came together, they created the Megazord, which is more powerful than them being separate. Once again, you can see unity is the common theme here. They're coming together to combine to create something more powerful than them. If you keep the ego intact, how are you going to come together with somebody else without trying to compare yourself, without competing with each other? This is the problem that we have today. Now, the list goes on and on. I can talk about Sailor Moon, which is a group of 5. The Ronin Warriors, or you can call them Samurai Troopers. Once again, 5 members. Some nice honorable mentions. He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers, all of these different groups can be broken down spiritually. You know? So why? Why 5? I'm talking about 5. So we're sticking with 5 with this one. So 5 in spirituality symbolizes the complete human. And as I always state, don't get caught up in the words. Depending on where you're from, your background, it can be listed different ways, but don't be fooled. It's the same exact thing. We're always talking about the same thing, but people get so caught up in these labels that they just get blind to everything else because, oh, you're not talking about what I'm talking about, so you're wrong. No, it's the same thing. You're just using different verbiage. I've said this many times. Soda, pop, it doesn't matter. You're still talking about the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's 2 different words. So these 5 aspects, earth, fire, wind, water, spirit, mind, body, emotion, action, soul. Now, if you want to get the intellectual side, they're going to say physical, emotional, social, intellectual, spirit. You see, it's the same thing. We're just using different words, but you're talking about the exact same thing. So stop being caught up in all these different labels and thinking that that's the gospel. It's not. It's just words. When you experience these different energies, you're not talking. Everything that I've done on my journey, I've experienced. There was no words involved. It was experiencing this. Oh, now I understand. So basically, all your personality traits must combine and or unite to become your highest and greatest version. All these separate energies must unite to defeat chaos and darkness. So basically, unity is and always will be greater than the ego. if just one member of any of these cartoons that I just said was stuck in their ego and say, you know what? No, I'm better than you guys. I'm not combining my powers with you. What? I'm not trying to form some Megazord. What? I'm not calling in Captain Planet. No, it's like this is all ego stuff. If they would have got in that little world like we're in now, think about it. They would have never been as powerful. So all this fighting and this lack of unity, lack of compassion, lack of love is truly hurting us. We are more powerful together. We always will be, always have been, and always will be. And it's up to us to discover that and come together. Now, I was going to start with each individual person. So you need to go inside and within and heal yourself first. Then, as that healed version of you, you combine with others. And it just keeps going on and on and on. We already see what the world looks like with us competing with each other and being separate. Where has that gotten us? Nowhere. So why not try? What do we have to lose? Well, let's try helping each other instead of competing. I'm going to leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I ask you to like, subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next one.